Hey you guys, it's your host Davion. Welcome to another episode of Consciouztv. As you can see from the title, you guys already know what we're here to talk about. But before we get into this discussion, make sure that you rate, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell. Also hit all the time or always, because it's going to give you an option once you do. And you will be able to see all of my uploads, because you know that YouTube be on this fuck shit when it comes to issuing out notifications to my subscribers. You guys also can donate to the show at my Cash App, which is $Consciouztv, or you can donate to the show at my PayPal, which is paypal.me/Consciouztv. And you guys can email me at consciouztv@gmail.com. Let's get into the discussion. So I have one of my favorite guests, one of my very, very good friends. He's almost like a brother from another mother. I want to welcome my favorite trans man, Bubz Love. Say hello, Bubz, to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's nice to be with y'all once again. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. It was a lot better than the shit you said the first time. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so you always saying some problematic shit. They ain't supposed to know. They ain't supposed to know that there's been a first time, okay? Anyway, we're here to discuss Tokyo Vanity, who I do want to go on record and say, I love Tokyo. I think she's funny. I think she's really talented. I enjoyed her appearance on the Queen Supreme Court, and I was here for Tokyo. And I also want to say that I don't believe that Tokyo is homophobic. I don't think that she finds anything fundamentally wrong with homosexuals and those who identify as LGBTQI or fucking A. But I think she is really dumb, ignorant, and really uninformed, like a lot of her heterosexual peers are as it relates to sexuality. So I thought it would be nice to have another same gender loving black queer man join me in this discussion to kind of speak about these comments and this notion that being gay is contagious in some kind of way. I want to quote her exactly. So what she said in her Instagram live video is that with children now, all their cartoons got this gay shit and girl on girl and guy on guy and this and that. It's too persuasive now, almost as if they're trying to persuade children and brainwash children to be like that. Like gay is a sexuality. Like it's something that's just in you. I believe you are born that way, you know what I'm saying? But TV be really brainwashing children. So, Bubz Love, what do you make of TV influencing children who we know are very easily impressionable? Your adolescence are some of the most impressionable times in your life. What do you feel about people or a culture that is concerned about children being influenced to be trans or to be bi or to be gay, etc.?
Well, I can only speak from my own personal experience. I was raised in a two-parent household, heterosexual couple, of course, my mother and my father. Been together, never been divorced, nothing like that. I've had nothing but heterosexual representation my entire life. Through television, through my friends, through the video games that I play. I never really saw anything gay or anything that was same gender loving until I watched Noah's Ark. And that was like back when I was fucking, 17, 18 years old. And I finally started watching something that was like, wow, I connected to that was like, wow, you know what I mean? And I'm still gay. You know what I mean? So I had all that heterosexual representation, yeah, I'm still gay. I feel like, because it was funny because it's like, bitch, how the fuck you gonna contradict yourself in a matter of 15 seconds? It's a lot of ignorance. It's a lot of ignorance, and I do think that people can be ignorant and not be homophobic, like you said. Like, this is clearly obvious somebody who don't know, like, that you can't even formulate your sentences correctly, you know? So it's like, you're going to continue to say ignorant stuff. You know, and on top of that, it's like, don't you realize that a lot of your supporters are LGBT people? You know what I mean? Like, and we are probably one of the most loyal groups for fans to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we really ride for, like, the people that we really fuck with. We really ride for them. I mean, look at Beyonce. bitch, you go to a gay club and say the shit about Beyonce, bitch, you will not.
I mean, it was a whole trans woman. It was a whole trans woman who invited her to her platform, so she definitely has a huge LGBT audience.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and then, like, her nails and like how her whole personality is very flamboyant. So it's like, of course, it's gonna be attractive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is ignorant. Like, I'm over the whole using, like, labeling people as homophobic who really aren't homophobic. Like, these are just people who are just really ignorant and uninformed. And what I don't appreciate is someone being an adult who has access to the LGBT community and just not actually, like, taking the opportunity to communicate to LGBT people about what it means to be LGBT, because as a public figure, you do have a platform and your thoughts go out into a public space in quantified ways. And I think that that requires a bit more responsibility on behalf of those who have a certain level of visibility in society. As it relates to gays and cartoons, as you just said, I mean, you know, she contradicted herself in 2.5 seconds. On one end, sexuality can't be a fundamental aspect of who we all are, but then you can think that a cartoon can influence someone to be LGBT identifying. I mean, straight children wouldn't be any more influenced by gay media than gay children are by straight media. The majority of content in this country for decades has been exclusively heterosexual based. That has not kept gay children from being gay just because every love story told in a novel, in a fairy tale, in a mythology, in a sitcom, on a cinematic movie was between boy and girl. That still didn't keep any LGBT identifying individual from being LGBT identifying. So the notion that children somehow, if they are exposed to gay people or exposed to same-gender love, will somehow impact them is really bizarre, because sexuality just doesn't work that way. I mean, straight children don't even want to be heterosexual when they are children, yet alone be gay. Think of all of the straight little boys right now who are like saying yucky to girls because they're not even interested in being straight, yet alone gay. Imagine all the little girls out here saying yucky to boys. They aren't even interested in being straight, yet alone gay. So it just doesn't work that way. I feel like a lot. I
just gotta say this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just feel it in my spirit. I'm just sick and tired of heterosexual people trying to tell the narrative of LGBT people when you're not LGBT. That shit that pisses me off. Like, when you just use that example there as far as, like, you know, you're sitting here saying that these cartoons are influencing children to become gay, but here it is, you have two gay people on the phone right now in this conversation that had been raised by heterosexual parents and still came out gay. Bitch, it had nothing to do with it. But it's the fact that when you use that argument, they get upset and get mad because a lot of these motherfuckers are walking around talking cash money shit, but they have no facts. If you're going to speak some shit that's with facts, because fact is irrefutably and indisputably the case. But y'all can't do that. That's the problem that pisses me off. It's like, how many times do we have to keep having this conversation about y'all choosing to continuously fuck up because you don't want to be the bigger person and actually learn how to respect people? That shit that pisses me off. Like, bitch, you know goddamn well the shit you said was problematic. You knew that shit. I mean, come on now. And then you was so fucked up in your shit that you contradicted yourself in the same goddamn breath. I'm just like, are you serious? Okay, let me stop. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out.
Go off, gay man. Let them hear you roar.
No, and I'm high as fuck too. Don't play.
Oh, God. So in Tokyo's case, I don't think she's trying to tell the narrative, but I just don't know, like, what is the problem with saying, look, I have a concern about what it means for the LGBT community to have representation in cartoons, because as a heterosexual identifying woman myself, I'm still new to what it even means for gay people to be gay. And so I'm interested in having a discussion. And I want my concerns to be known, but I'm also welcoming people into the conversation so that maybe I can be enlightened, because maybe there are lots of things that I just don't understand because I am straight. So being gay has never had to be any of my personal business. So I don't have the luxury of just, you know, having the encyclopedia on homosexuality, you know, and I just don't know what's wrong with that. It's like heterosexual people just spew. They wrap their fears up as statements instead of questions. And then because they wrap their fear up as statements, it feels like an assault on a community that doesn't want anything more than what anybody else wants in this country, which is just the fucking right to simply be, okay? Exactly. And I don't mind people being uninformed, because what it means to be privileged is that it's been afforded to you to be able to be ignorant without accountability, to be able to be ignorant without the pressure of understanding something. You've been able to live in a world that for a long time wasn't catering, considerate, or even acknowledged LGBT people. So your privilege allows you to be ignorant, and I can't necessarily blame that totally on you. But now that the LGBT community is here, like, it's nothing wrong with the fact that you have questions and concerns. Like, if I was a straight person in straight people's shoes right now, seeing all this shit go on with the trans community and gay people, and I know that this has never been our world, and all of this is new information, is new data, is new reality, I would have lots of probably what would look to the gay community to be really ignorant concerns. But I think also, as the LGBT community, we have to be very understanding and patient with straight people, because having visibility is just as new to us as it is for straight people to see us now functioning in the world across their primetime TV. You know, I in no way, shape, or form am going to endorse straight people spewing fucking hate, but I have no problem, and I'm very comfortable with straight people having questions and concerns. And what I don't understand is why straight people just can't come to the table with a question instead of a fucking statement when you know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They do that is because, in my personal opinion, religion has played such a big role in the black experience. I understand what you were saying in reference to, like, you can't really be mad at them for being privileged. And I do that, but I won't be mad at those who are willing to realize and understand that they do have privilege, and that, yeah, I'm going to use my privilege to be able to help those who, unfortunately, on the societal ladder are beneath me, unfortunately, because, I mean, just think about it. Like, when you think of gay, it'd be like, when you have those, for example, like, when they had that meme that was going around saying, well, would you rather have, like, a gang-banging ass son, or would you have, like, a gay feminine son? What would you prefer? And how people was like, I'll take a gang-banging, you know, and it's like, well, I mean, let's look at the facts here. Let's not look at what your ass want to believe. Look at the facts. Let's look at these gang-banging ass niggas. These niggas are dying every day over dumb shit. I've been watching some shit recently, these past few months, on Chirac and the whole drill scene or whatever. These niggas are literally killers who make music and go around killing each other. And I'm sitting here like, wow. So so it's okay for your son to go into that lifestyle, possibly lose his life or end up in jail, right? Because not a lot of those motherfuckers end up being the ones that really be the OGs that grow old and be able to actually escape that shit. And even some of the motherfuckers who escaped that shit and was able to live long enough to do that, them niggas can't even disclose their identity or their location in fear of retaliation. But because of how society has constructed this narrative, this false-ass narrative, which the community is challenging, which is making these hoes mad, but challenging this narrative, it's like they believe that. So it's like, oh, well, I don't want my son to be gay, because it's like, not only will people judge my son, they're going to judge me as a parent because they're going to think that I did something wrong. And it's like, wow, you will put the opinion of other people who really shouldn't fucking matter in your life over a person or over a child that you helped create and bring in this world.
I want to say to that point,
crazy shit.
I want to say to that point too, I'm really challenging and questioning the notion of people who say that the only reason why they wouldn't want to have gay children is because they know that gay children go through hate. I feel like, as you just said, that is an attitude and a perspective that panders toward those who are homophobic. It doesn't serve those who are actually LGBT identifying, because what you are really saying is that I would rather enable homophobia by not giving birth to a homosexual rather than giving birth to a homosexual and challenging the ignorance and the hatred of those who hate people who are different from them. So I feel like when people say that type of shit, that I feel like most of all these things that straight people say to like justify their close-mindedness in whatever degree they have it as it relates to sexuality is just a disguise for not wanting to be bold enough to stand behind something that is different from the world that you live in. And a lot of people are really shook by that. And as you said, I think that there are also a lot of subconscious embedded religious ideologies, even in those who don't even live up to religion. Like Tokyo Vanity isn't even like some, like, she's not even like parading around as some like sanctified, holified person, which is really interesting.
She's not a sanctified, holified person. No. They are inspired by the church.
What I'm gonna say to that is, which is what makes it even more interesting when narrow-mindedness can come out of people who live their life any kind of way they see fit. Like Tokyo Vanity, you have embraced being obese. You have embraced being a individual. You have embraced and you have openly spoken about being bullied yourself growing up for your size. You were even bullied on the first season of Love and Hip Hop for your size. And it's just interesting to me how it just seems like you wouldn't take your own story and just find it so easy to insert a LGBT member in them same shoes.
But yeah, and that's what pisses me off a lot when it comes to my black people, because it's like, motherfucking, we are living the same shit, basically. Discrimination. There's discrimination, but racism is an umbrella.
Girl, you know them hoes don't want to hear no type of comparison about gay and black.
But I'm gonna tell you why you don't hear the comparison about it. The reason why you don't hear the comparison about it is because a lot of these motherfuckers don't have facts to back up why they feel that way. They just talk of pure emotion. And my thing is this: emotion without intellect and fact is very dangerous. If you give a angry person a fucking gun, do you imagine what they can do? I mean, just look at our communities now. You got niggas right here who are beasting over songs, over rhymes, who are pulling up on niggas, pulling up on ops, and shooting and killing them. Not saying niggas, come on, let's square the fuck up and let's do this and do this out like dudes. And then at least if you get your ass beat, hey, you learn from the lesson, nigga, or whatever. But no, I'd rather just take your goddamn life. I'm like, we live in this experience, and if I get mad because I'm like, if there's any group of people that knows what it feels like to be discriminated against and still deal with shit, it should be us. We should be the people that have the most compassion because we're going through the shit. I'm sorry, this type of conversation just brings up, it grinds my gears. Because it's like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
You gonna actively choose that? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I look just like you. And then on top of that, dumbass, there's racism in the LGBTQIA community. So I don't understand where the fuck y'all getting this whole narrative from that just because we gay, we with white people and we just all cool and shit like that. That is not the fucking hate.
So let's just call out. So let's just call out.
We over here living both being black and gay.
So let's just call out the blatant hypocrisy of it. Like, for those people who are saying, I have no issue with gay people, I just wouldn't want my children to be gay, that cancels out being pro-gay. Exactly. Because if your fundamental belief is there's nothing inherently wrong with being same-sex attracted, then that means you literally would have no issue, no stake in the fight in terms of who your child will have a desire to love or even a desire to become. I feel like, too, on a more nuanced level, that when a lot of straight people say, especially as it relates to boys, that they don't want their son to be gay, because a lot of people who will say that are also supporters of very openly gay men. And are subscribed to and fans of gay women and gay men and trans women, but do not want their children to identify as such. And so what I see is, for some straight people, I believe, it's not so much for some of them that they don't want their son to be gay, but there's a certain type of gay they definitely don't want their son to be.
True.
And because they know they don't get to choose what type of gay that gay is going to be, they would rather just not have a gay child at all because they can't control the personal truth of that child. So there's a lot of, like, really weird... So there seems to be... And I want straight people to know, when you guys do that, when you guys openly support gay people and then come out of your mouths and say you wouldn't want to have a gay child yourself, that what you are telling us and what you are saying to us is that we have a superficial appreciation and value of the community. We like you guys because you guys are entertaining, you guys are attractive, you guys are creative, you guys are talented, you guys are the life of the party, and all of those things are superficial values in nature. But that when the foot meets the rubble, when the tire meets the motherfucking rubble, you guys don't really have a love and a compassion and a appreciation for same-gender loving people, not because they're gay, but simply because you refuse to acknowledge same-gender loving people as well.
Exactly.
As people.
Exactly.
As people. So you are denying people of their very humanity.
And you were going, I get some both low in the shit. And that's exactly what I was about to touch on next in reference to individuals who happen to be parents of gay children. Like, you don't understand how imperative it is for you to be in your child's life. Your job as a parent is not supposed to be easy. I know people, when they, cause like, even for example, with my father, when my father first discovered my sexual orientation, that was the person I was afraid that was going to, I was prepared to get kicked out. Like, I had my shit packed, everything. I was like, okay, I'm going to walk in my truth, but if it costs me my relationship with my father, then so be it. That's just how much self-love that I was getting ready to walk onto. You know what I mean? And the journey that I was starting to follow. But it's just like, I know gay people personally, and I hear their stories and stuff, and it'd be like, damn, like, they family do them wrong, and they be over here hurt. And you don't understand that when they don't get that love from you as a parent, and they go out in this broken-ass world already, I know people right now who going through so much shit, and I'm just like, damn, all I can do is really pray for them. Because they really going through something. Do you know how many kids cannot go to Thanksgiving dinner or go to Christmas dinner or on these special occasions on the ground because what society has said that is wrong with their child, and they believe it? And you stand here and gave birth to this. Your child didn't ask to be here, motherfucker. You brought them here. Whether you wanted to or not, bitch, they here. Your job as a parent is to take care of them and to be able to instill as much as you can, but realize you are raising another human being, bitch. You're not raising a junior. You're raising another consciousness that's going to be able to come in here and do what it wants to do. Your job is just to facilitate it and to teach it the best way that you can so that when it goes out to society, that person will be able to thrive in society. That's the purpose. Yeah. That's the purpose. But you're absolutely right. We have to challenge these narratives. And I'm sorry for a lot of people that get upset and feel the type of way about it. Y'all might as well just continue to stay mad because the age of Aquarius is about to really shocked some of you all. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all gonna be in for a rude awakening. I'm just really putting that out there. I don't know why I'm on this God of War ass flow today. I just don't know.
Girl,
so go ahead.
You've had a lot of pent up bitterness for a long time in your life. You're finally gonna be able to.
Don't get them hoes in my face. Ain't talking. You always talk about it.
You're finally gonna be able to execute divine wrath or see divine wrath at work in the world, and I know you're super excited about it. I know. For Tokyo Vanity, cartoons and media, gays are here, and gay people are deserving of the same representation that women have, that white women have, that black women have, that black men have, that heterosexuals have, that the handicap has in the world. And gay children consume cartoons and Cartoon Network and SpongeBob and Barney and Big Bird, and they consume all the same art and teddy bears and toys, and they are consumers of this world as well, and they deserve some representation sprinkled about in media that is for all children. And if the truth is, all children also aren't a monolith. So all children aren't heterosexual, just like all children aren't fucking black. Black girls have black Barbies. White girls have white Barbies. Because this representation is important, and it's important to children who are growing up queer, who are growing up same-sex attracted, who are growing up trans-identifying, who need that representation. So I feel like rather than make the issue society so-called pushing homosexuality onto the world, how about we just admit that sexuality has been a part of the world, LGBT people have been a part of the world, and now make it your business to just actually educate and inform your children when you notice that the media that they are consuming have concepts and ideas in them that they don't have a lot of knowledge about. Because you can exonerate gays from cartoons, but what are you going to do when your child is having to go to school with gays and bisexuals and lesbians and trans people for 4 years, for 3 years, for 5 years, when they're going to possibly have a teacher who is also gay, lesbian, or trans, or when they're going to have a employer or employee who is of the LGBT community, or when they have a LGBT brother or sister or relative. It's like there's no way to escape the conversation. And I know some of you heterosexuals are afraid and don't know what it means for gay people to be in the world. It doesn't mean anything more for gay people to be in the world when black people were free in America. I mean, it doesn't mean anything more than that. It just means that, okay, these people are here now. Let's deal with it and move on about our lives. You guys are making the issue of being gay more than what it is. All gay people trying to do is fucking be people. Literally.
Exactly.
Y'all want to make it something magical, and y'all want to make it something spiritual, and y'all want to make it something controversial, and y'all want to make it like all this, and it ain't nothing but just motherfucking people being motherfucking people in the world. And you can't have a democracy without... The need for democracy is because of diversity. So LGBT people just make up the other percent of diverse people that make up the American population. And that's all that I have to say on that. You can spill away, Bubz love.
No, I mean, there's really nothing else more that we can say. I feel like we really hit the nail on the head with this conversation. I'm just ready for people to throw away that trash-ass narrative about this whole gay agenda type of shit. Like, gay people make up a very, very small percentage of the U.S. population. All we trying to do is just be able to be, like you said, just be able to be, and to be able to actually live, and to be able to exist in any space or place that we want to. We're not shoving it in your face. We're not trying to rape your kids. We're not trying to molest your children. We're not trying to do any type of sick twisted, deviant things that y'all think that we're doing, even though blatantly we're showing you in the face that you hoes are wrong, and we showing you what we actually about, which is pissing you off, because you want us to carry on a stereotype that you guys created for us. And we just said, no, we're just tired. We stopped being afraid of the basic instructions before leaving Earth, the Bible, and we started reading that shit and saying, wait a minute, hold on, y'all hold, you talking about gay, look at this though. But look at this though. But look at this. Let me stop because then we don't want to.
And that just motivated a train of thought. A lot of y'all may be too intellectual and too progressive to participate in religion because you realize that there's more than just religion. But a lot of you, just because y'all are not a part of the church and just because y'all consider yourselves to be progressive spiritually, also doesn't mean that y'all aren't still adhering to patriarchy and toxic masculinity. And a lot of the ideas that have been given birth to in terms of homophobia comes from patriarchy. It comes from toxic masculinity. So if you really want to be progressive, also go the extra mile to transcend those ideas you have around womanhood and you have around manhood and these ideas that there's something wrong with a man who loves another man or a man who has long hair or a man who likes to wear makeup or a man who wears women's clothing or all of these things, because humanity is just not a monolith, and I don't care how much we try to leave people out of the conversation, as we can see through society, as we can see through the transition of these secular zodiacal transitions in the earth, that the same people that you put at the bottom, they're going to have their time at the top. They're going to have their time at the top. And that's what Bubz Love means by the age of Aquarius, because the age of Aquarius is about to put the last first and put the first last. All the people that didn't have a voice are going to be at the motherfucking table. All the people who didn't have power are going to be in the seat of power. All the people who just were not a part of the in crowd. They were not a part of the table conversation. They were not a part of the trends and the conversations around what society is, what power is. All of those strange people who y'all othered, who y'all didn't want to make a part of those things, the power and the staff is going to be in their hands. And it's going to be interesting to see if the freaks and the misfits are going to be as generous and inclusive as y'all have been, or have not been to them. It's going to be interesting to see what the least do with the fucking power. And you better hope that they have a better heart than you. You better hope that they have a more open mind than you. You better hope that a misfit don't have revenge on his tongue and bitterness in his heart. Because it's going to be one hell of a time on this motherfucking earth when the mystics and those who have been othered take their rightful place in the same seats that y'all try to keep them out of. So I would be very kind to really different people in the earth right now, because y'all gonna have some really interesting presidents coming up. Y'all already the age of Aquarius put Donald Trump right the fuck where he was never supposed to be as your motherfucking president. Y'all better get with the shit and wake the fuck up. And this is the time to really execute virtue and kindness and compassion, because a lot of people who y'all been demonized, oh, they about to have angelic authority. They about to have angelic authority in the land.
I'll tell you right now, I got damn proof of that shit right now, bitch. Just look at Beyonce, Beehive, bitch. A lot of them hoes is gay. They will make your ass disappear. They will fuck your credit up. They will fuck your whole life up, bitch. You better stop fucking with her.
Halo! Halo! Okay, now. All right. Well, any lasting words for the topic of homosexuality and cartoons and blah blah? Trash, okay. I agree. Trash. I want to say I'm not canceling Tokyo Vanity though. I still like her.
No, we're not. I really don't really know who she is. Like that no shade. I mean, I just really don't
we know. I know Andrew Caldwell and Granny are a part of your playlist, so I know that you don't know nothing about these kind of people, girl. You
and motherfucking Young Mellow. Don't forget her. And Isis Brown. Okay.
I love Isis Brown, by the way.
Isis Brown is a bitch.
I really do. I like Tokyo Vanity. Tokyo Vanity, just ask questions, girl. I encourage all heterosexual people, if you in any kind of which way consider yourself to be an ally, an advocate, a friend, a lover of the community, then, and you have access to gay people, there's no need to be making statements in place of questions. Just ask questions. People have no problem having conversation and dialogue. I have no problem having in-depth conversation around sexuality and where that place can be for those who live so-called alternative. I hate the term lifestyle. We're gonna do a video at some point about the gay lifestyle, because you know what? I was on somebody's live a few days ago, and this dude is a heterosexual guy, but he was like, I don't have anything against gay people. I don't understand the lifestyle or anything, but I don't have anything against them. And I'm just like, I cringe when I hear the term.
The question I want to ask is, what is your definition of lifestyle? Like, what do you mean by lifestyle?
Okay, good. So we're gonna leave it off right there. The question in the comment section is, how do you feel about Tokyo's concerns and her statements? And when you guys say the gay lifestyle, can you guys tell us what is in your mind when you say, what do you see in your mind's eye when you say gay lifestyle? What does that mean, gay lifestyle? Huh?
I said, and when you do, please be descriptive. And so we know exactly what you're talking about. Like, if you can, don't try to make it broad. Try to be as detailed as you can so that we can get a better understanding. That's all I'm saying.
We want a full unpacked understanding of what heterosexuals mean by gay life. Explain
to me also, do you consider yourself do you think that you live a heterosexual lifestyle? And if you do, what do you mean by heterosexual lifestyle?
The way that heterosexuals throw the gay lifestyle around, it makes me excited. Like, I would like to live it if I can find out what it actually is. Like, what the fuck is it? Because it sounds like very interesting to live a gay lifestyle. Like, that sounds kind of amazing. So yeah, please tell us what the fuck a gay lifestyle is, because if it's lit, I want to live the gay lifestyle myself as a gay man. I would love to do that. That wraps up this conversation. Make sure that you guys comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Obviously, hit that notification bell. And you guys know that you can donate to the show at my Cash App, which is $Consciouztv. Or you can PayPal me at paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. And you can email me at consciouztv@gmail.com.
I love y'all.
Bye, y'all.